I don't even...
All
Any
right.
kind of
Okay.
bird flu?
Well, the first time, I won't even say what I heard, so I had to run it again, and come in on a better time, so I have to cut everything out. So, welcome to As It Is Below, a Brindlewood Bay actual play campaign from Looking for Mom ttrpg. We are doing a special shout out to books. They could never make us hate you. Could never. We love you. Tonight, we are returning to the Cheddar and Jive Festival in the To Make a Muenster mystery to find out what happened to lead singer of Parmanent Damage, Roderick Remedo. To Make a Muenster was written by me. I wrote it, and I put it out on the internet, and you can buy it. You can go down to my link below, go to my itch.io page, and check out that or any other mysteries if you want. That'd be pretty cool. Otherwise, check out what's going on with Looking for Mom ttrpg in general by hitting that subscribe button. Last session, our Mavens mustered up the bravery to go to the Cheddar and Jive Touring Festival, a dairy celebration-filled weekend. After touring the sites in a disturbing cheese wheel dream for Marina, the Mavens chatted with some passionate locals by the name of Havarti and Colby, while Taya got ready to put her body on the line for the almost annual cheese wheel race. Cheddar and Jive, a festival that didn't make it back to Brindlewood Bay last year due to controversy, is back again, but that race unfortunately was not able to happen as planned, as a gunshot rang out from the inner Rhines of the festival. Using your connection with Petra, the Mavens sprung into action, asking questions of the workers, finding the lead vocalist for the headliner band, Parmanent Damage, finding him really black and blue, gagged with a block of white cheddar and tied up in a back tent. After meeting event MC Miss Brianna Cracker and artisan cheesemonger Colette, our Mavens questioned Craig and Daisy Manchego before deciding to pay Damian Kasseri, another band member, a visit at their trailer. They're being asked to keep the mystery under wraps for now, but with Mariah Prescott, Corinne Waitley, and Danny Walsh waltzing into the festival just moments ago, our Mavens may have their aged work cut out for them. But we don't return to our Mavens right away. We are going to go somewhere else, in an opening of land where there's no color and every blade of grass and overbearing tree is spliced on top of itself and glitching out as if it had been moved one pixel over in a rendering. Shimmer. We see a one-eyed bird, a dodo, dip its beak into some opaque water. And we don't hear any of the splashing as it begins to bathe itself and preen to get ready for an upcoming event or party. It looks quite raucous. As our camera moves around this pond, we catch the cleats and untied shoelaces of a young boy, maybe 10 or 11, messy mop of hair, dirt on his face, old pinstriped uniform, things being held together just by a thread. As he walks up, what are you getting ready for? The dodo pulls his head back up. Oh, young George, there's going to be sort of a soiree later. Do you know what soiree means? No? A party. Oh, like a birthday party? Yes, exactly that. And I haven't looked my best in a while, and people are going to be noticing the missing eye, so I figured, why not make the rest of me look as good as possible? George sort of kicks a rock into the pond, and it sinks very slowly. Am I invited to the party? Dodo looks back at him with his one good eye. Well, of course, George. Everyone here is invited to the party. You know, it's sort of a celebration of a new world order. Do you know what that means? No? Well, that's okay, young Mr. Mapplethorpe. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Now, when you came here, did you bring any change of clothes? No, this is what I'm wearing. I didn't know I was supposed to bring other clothes. Maybe my parents have some. Do you know where they are? All right, George. Again. No. Yes, but no. Well, never mind that. This will do. You know, sort of come as who you want to be and all. And you are quite yourself. The dodo continues to bathe. George sits down at the edge of the pond. Every time he tries to put his feet in, it's as if the pond solidifies and he can't dip below the surface. Mr. Dodo? Yes. Am I gonna be here forever? Dodo looks at him with his one golden eye. I know it's been quite some time, young Mr. Mapplethorpe, but I assure you, George, we're gonna return home. So get excited. Okay. Is that my name? George? Yes. You're going to want to remember it when you go to the party. George. George Mapplethorpe. Maple. That's a silly last name. I am not your parents. I didn't name you. Do you know where they are? The dodo just sinks his head and continues to bathe, and George keeps kicking his heels on top of the water, unable to move them through. On the other side, in another place of Brindlewood Bay, we hear a radio report. Now, we're receiving reports from the National Weather Service that we're going to have an unexpectedly dry March here in Brindlewood Bay and neighboring Faversham, so please hold off on burning anything, as those could be picked up by wind. And in local news, and you hear some ruffling of paper as some poor soul at the radio station is covering all the bases while other reporters are out at the cheese festival. It has been made official by City Council that the area of land owned by Mariah Prescott is being donated to the Brindlewood Bay Fen, and that area is going to be restored by, it looks like, a joint commission from members of the Ninth Step, the Coalition for a Brighter Bay, and the Society of the Kindly Ones. Oh, I am glad to hear that. We could use more green spaces in Brindlewood Bay, couldn't we? Next up, on 20 Minutes with Tim, and we see a hand turn the radio, and a large sigh follow as a cigarette gets put out just next to it on an ashtray. As our camera zooms out of this room, we see a broken down shed. The same shed that astute viewers would recognize as the shed that is on the property of the Hapsbury family. The cigarette is put out. The radio is switched to anything else. The person twists and turns it to find just anything to replace news about what's going on. and a haunting rendition of Rainbow Connection wafts out as they give a sigh of relief and mutter about the rest of the shed, picking up old things, forgotten things, items that might be an explanation they don't need out there. And that's where we'll leave all of that for now, on the other side of that pond. And we come instead to the Cheddar and Jive. The three of you have just been left by the Manchegos out here sort of in the general area, and you had plans to go pay Damien Kasseri a visit, another member of Parmanent Damage. But out of the corner of your eye, you guys had seen Mariah Prescott, Danny Walsh, and Corinne Waitley all walk in all white getup. And I also believe, Marina, you suffered a chest pain right at the end of our session. And Taya had been comforting you just a little as you tried to share your knowledge about Marcus Prescott Sr. and Atticus Waitley being tied to George Maplethorpe's disappearance.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe you got the condition black marked.
Yeah, it was the letter that Madison gave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
what's the plan? What's the plan, gang? What do you guys want to do?
Sorry, just looking at our character notes. Do we head on and just check out Parmanent Damage?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think we gotta focus in on what we're doing. Gotta go see. And I think she's still a little shaky from, I mean, whatever invitation or letter that was, and just like doesn't feel the pain in her chest anymore, but feels like the ghost of it, kind of like the shock of having it there. Just kind of like, yeah, I think we should just go talk to them, see what we know.
Okay. Yeah. But maybe we should take a break afterward, maybe have some tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be somewhere with like some hot water. And I mean, listen, I know there's tea in one of Taya's pockets.
Maybe they have hot water in the trailer. Oh, they have to have hot water in the trailer.
That's a good point. Yeah, for sure.
And then we can go investigate the ghosts out there. And she like gestures towards Mariah and Corinne and Danny wearing all white.
That's about.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's creepy, right? Like that's not like some weird Brindlewood Bay tradition that we don't know about that Taya's about to tell us all about. Like that's weird, right?
Yeah,
I would have been the first one to tell you about this creepy, weird tradition if it was real.
Okay. Well, I'm going to suggest this and then we're going to table it for a later time. But I think we should start a weird Cape tradition, but just like definitely not white. White scene doesn't, no.
Yeah.
It's a
They like dark blue with like stars on them. Like that seems like a vibe.
That's
The croon.
For croon.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
Did you guys make your plans and your decision to head towards the Parmanent Damage trailer? Wow, words. Make your decision to head towards the Parmanent Damage trailer. You see, what's his name? Colby go up to the three women in white and start to offer them, of course, his free samples because he is sponsored by Kraft. Sponsors Kraft. And chat with them. And of course, who wouldn't want to chat with Mariah Prescott and Corinne Waitley, two of the wonderful philanthropy heads who are helping with the Fen Restoration Project. Good networking on his half, I believe. But you all are going to head in a different direction right now. And it sounds like you're all sticking together as you make your way towards the trailer. Now, this is a talent trailer for the band with their faces plastered on all sides. On the inside, I'll tell you what's there if you get the door open. I'm going to hold that for now. But I do need to ask one of you a question. Normally, this paint the scene question is for a maven who has the pallid mask selected, but I don't believe any of you do because you haven't gone hard enough on your crowns yet, which means I need to go harder on all of you. So instead, I'm going to roll a die. 1 to 2 is Taya, 3 and 4 is Violet, 5 and 6 is Marina. All right, Taya. You hear a familiar, long-lost voice warning you. What last words are repeated to you alone?
Whoa.
Oof.
Oh. Like it could be anyone's words, or okay. Probably if you walk through those doors, I'm never going to talk to you ever again.
Stop.
And would you remind us whose voice that is?
Grace's voice. Taya's long dead ex-wife.
Oh.
If you walk through those doors, Taya, I'm never going to speak to you again. Don't plan on coming back if you leave.
Yeah, I think Taya like stops in her tracks, and sort of like tenses.
Yeah, I think you tense so hard, we're going to have to make a roll out of it. Would you give me the day move with composure? But before you do, tell me why that cuts so deep for you. What are you afraid of right now?
I think Taya hears those words and is like thinking about that mistake, like a mistake that she made a long time ago that sort of dictated how her life ended up until this point. And she's worried she's going to make that same sort of decision again without fully thinking about it, and ruining her current life.
Yeah, you sometimes you've had a bit of a history of making the same decisions over and over, haven't you, Taya?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have you roll the day move with composure and let us know. Let me actually, before you roll it, let me look at your sheet. Oh, you're only burned. You're fine. Go ahead, roll it as normal.
That's ominous. Okay, not bad. 11.
Oh, on 11, how do you compose yourself?
I think Taya sort of like has her arms crossed again, because she always does. But she takes like a deep, like calming breath, like something that both Violet and Marina have like told her to do, like, hey, this is how you calm your anxieties and calm down. And then she's gonna look back at Marina and just say to herself, like, I'm going to make better decisions. I'm going to think this through, and I'm not going to ruin this. I can't.
It's a good thing you got a full success, or I would have made you say that out loud, which would have been delicious. But for now, you think it. As all of you come closer to the Parmanent Damage trailer, door is shut, and who is standing out front but resident big man? Mike Taylor! Look, it's Mike Taylor, everyone. We remember Mike Taylor, right? You guys aren't all frantically going through the rest of your suspects to remember who Mike Taylor is?
Oh wait, Dead Man's Hand.
Yeah, the bartending waiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
He was out of jail.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And friends with, oh god, the little squirrely one? I don't remember his name though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Tony.
Tony, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right.
Squirrely. Mike Taylor, no longer in a chef's coat, but in just a black, muscle-fitted, like workout shirt, so his arms look as menacing as possible. As he stands outside, he's got some sort of Bluetooth thing, but you guys can tell it's not actually connected to anything. And dark sunglasses.
How's it going?
Hey, are you in the band?
Ooh.
Negative.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
Working.
Cool.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
Good for
New
you. How
game.
do you like it compared to cooking?
Guys, I think he fell asleep.
You okay? Do you need some
I'm
coffee?
okay. What's your business?
Oh, we're just gonna talk to the band.
Negative.
Oh,
No
we're
one
on-
gets in or out of this door.
We're on official business though.
You're not being paid by them, are you?
Them inside? No.
No.
Well, then no, you're not on official business here. Then have a good day.
Okay. Yeah, but we are on business from the fair organizers that involves the crew here. So if we can just go chat with them. You
And
can-
Their jurisdiction means nothing to me. They don't pay me to be here. These guys do.
So if I give you $5, can we go in?
No.
Because then I'm paying you? Okay, well.
they give you a really cool crystal. Will you let us go in?
Come on.
No.
That's really cool.
But like, no.
About two.
She meant really, really cool.
Yeah.
No.
Come on, dude. Can't you do us like a solid or something?
Yeah, we go way back.
Yeah. Just
What
let
if-
them know we're here.
Yeah.
Let them know we're here about what was the kid's name?
Oh shoot. Wait.
Daisy?
You're missing one of them. So we should be able to go in to chat with them about the missing one.
What if we arm wrestle for it?
What are these
I
kids?
win.
No.
Dang.
Whether or not you were here to speak about young Mr. Roderick, you will have to be patient. I will let those of them who are inside know of your wish. But you cannot just gain access whenever you want because you want to give me a gift or arm wrestle or because we go way back with, if I can remind you, was a pretty stressful night for me.
It was very stressful.
Same. Yeah, but I figured that, had some trust. But hey, we'll cover the front here. You go talk to them, tell them we need to chat with them about Roderick. And then, they'll let us in, let us chat, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Negative. If I could have you each take about 10 large steps back, please.
I like the little steps.
Large
Yeah.
steps.
Have you seen how long her legs are? Those are long steps for her.
Yeah.
He reaches up with one hand and knocks on the door, keeping eyes on you all, and the door cracks, and he leans back even further. No one makes themselves known through this door crack, but you just see him sort of lean back and go, "There are 3 elderly women here to meet with you. They're quite nosy." I'll let them know. Door shuts. I'm afraid the members of Parmanent Damage aren't taking any visitors right now.
Why?
Yeah.
Their answer is their answer.
I mean,
They don't pay me to give out their secrets.
okay, well, you know what? Let's talk about you. How long have you been out in front of the tent, and when was the last time Roderick left this area?
I'll have you roll meddling, but I'm going to have you do it with disadvantage because he is not happy you all are here.
Okay.
Gosh.
What would you like me to meddle with?
Presence, since you're like, let's talk about you. That feels appropriate.
No! No! It's not terrible, but I rolled 2 6s and a 1, so so that's still 6, 7, that's still 9, so respectable.
Mixed success here. I think standard going right for one of those right now is you're gonna get a clue, but you're gonna take a condition about it.
Okay.
Let's open this bad boy up, shall we?
Sure you can't make a 2-for-1 deal?
No. But you can put on a crown if you want a full success without condition.
That temptation.
I know the temptation. I'm afraid about the void mystery. Okay.
You have plenty of crowns to spare, my friend.
I don't feel that way. I'll take the condition for now and wait till I'm royally screwed, which will probably be 5 minutes from now.
Okay. Let me just pull up stuff. Let's see. Clues.
Oh my gosh.
You ask about Roderick. When was the last time he left?
Yeah.
If I tell you this, will you all go away?
I mean, we might have some light follow-up questions, but that would be super helpful.
I'm not guaranteeing an answer to those. Roderick left earlier today in quite a hurry. And he did drop this. And he pulls out his wallet. And inside of his wallet, he pulls out a fake ID. Where it's Roderick's face, but a different name.
What do you need this for?
Again, I'm not guaranteeing any answers to follow-up questions.
Have you been acting strange or anything?
They're young men. They're all strange.
Okay.
You're also a young man.
Yeah.
I'm 44.
That's pretty
That's
young.
Yeah.
They're in their 20s. That's a different young. That's being a baby adult. I've been to jail.
Me
I would
too.
like to think I'm a little more seasoned.
You sure are.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Which is why, as such a seasoned person, you would want to help us out.
No.
I
You're
think more
tough
than
nut to crack.
Mavens. Like, I think Marina just like more to the Mavens says like, does he know what happened?
I don't think he does. It doesn't seem
Mike?
like it.
Can I call you Mike? Do you know what happened today?
Yes.
Why don't you tell me what you think happened so I can see if what you think happened matches what I know happened?
This is where you're going to take your condition as he narrows his eyes. And he crosses his arms even tighter and says, I'm not going to be giving you any more free information. You got one thing out of me. Now go. You'll have to find the band members somewhere else if you want something signed or you want to ask your nosy little questions directly to them.
All right. These aren't nosy little questions. A man has died as a member of these like guys group, and we just want to make sure that they are safe and that whoever it is that did this is accounted for. And if they
Several gasps from around this trailer elicit up as the fans that have been watching this and waiting for Parmanent Damage, a couple of them immediately start crying.
Maria.
Violet, your condition is related to Mike Taylor specifically. He's not happy you're here asking questions and getting things out of him and bugging him while he's doing his job. So however you want to quantify that.
I just put I could put 2 and 2 together, so I just put Mike is mad at me.
Like, ugh.
Mike is mad at you.
I like
Marina, you just let slip for an entire crowd that lead singer of Parmanent Damage, Roderick Remedo, is dead.
How do you say your name? But yeah, it's implied.
Marina.
Marina, I'm gonna make you do a roll to do you try to rescind what you are saying, or do you own it in front of this throng of teen fans?
Honestly, yeah, I think with what Marina has gone through and is just like like bubbling up with like stress and like the pain in her chest, I imagine like as he's so like standing his ground and like crossing his angry little arms, it like the pain starts to like prick up until she just like bleh, like just completely snaps at him, which is pretty uncharacteristic. So I think she's gonna stand there.
Composure. Yeah. If you're snapping under that physical and sort of emotional pressure of like, stop being in our way, Mike. We have a job that we've decided we're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
2d6 with composure. What are you most worried about right now?
I might be most worried about, because this was like pure rage and like word vomit. Maybe she was like blind to see how many people were around, and now will be like, oh no, about everybody just like panicking and crying and then disrupting what we're trying to do.
Yeah, they can definitely get in the way. You know, a bunch of teenagers sobbing that their parasocial love is dead could prove problematic. Go ahead.
All right. 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
As those words ring out, you guys all hear the first pangs of sobs, and then very quickly the like rope that had been put up that you all are kind of at the front of when you were questioning Mike gets flattened by fans stampeding towards. But you all are in front of this, so I think the repercussion is that you all need to make me rolls with vitality. Marina, yours is going to be at a disadvantage.
Can I put on a crown?
Yes. The vitality roll will still happen, but you will no longer be at a disadvantage for it.
Okay.
So what crown are you putting on?
I'm leaning towards a Crown of the Void.
Woohoo!
And because I feel like a lot of this stress and like just all of her feelings are coming from just like all this weird stuff happening and just like this pain that was bubbling from a weird thing. So yeah, I think taking the Crown of the Void.
Marina, as you take this Crown of the Void, you are taking, I believe, the Pallid Mask, are you not? No, you're taking the Chariot.
The Chariot.
So your reason is reduced by 1. Your sensitivity is increased by 1.
Okay.
I would love you to tell us about a time where you dealt with your stress very poorly.
Okay. Yeah. I think Marina was always somebody who bottles up her emotions and just kind of lets them go in her own way and didn't really talk about a lot of the things that were bugging her and was a bit more passive. But I think definitely in her like romantic relationship, in her marriage with Ryan, and then once she had her daughter, that got to be very bad in a way that if she was feeling a lot of big emotions, she would rather leave. So she would just bolt out of the house and leave her daughter with her husband and just take a walk and just get angry. And she did, it didn't connect for her as much that she was just leaving them. Until her daughter got a little bit older and would be more aware that this was happening and would beg her to stay and would chase after her, that she saw that she was running away from tough conversations and tough emotions, and that was something that she was like modeling for her kid.
Yeah. That urge to flee, Marina, the stress. I think I'm going to have you take the condition stress, rightfully so. But that makes you perhaps even more nimble. So instead of this being at a disadvantage, I think you start to keenly pick up on the fact that this crowd is about to stampede. I'm going to have you all make me a day move with vitality to see if you can get out of the way of these sobbing teenage fans.
Could Taya give Marina essentially advantage because I think Taya's like top of mind is Marina at the moment, especially thinking about all that stuff. And then seeing Marina like go off probably really excites Taya.
I don't think you can grant advantage, but I think you could use your BA Baracus move.
I mean, I would roll with disadvantage. That'll be my bargain.
No.
No?
So you can use the BA Baracus move. Otherwise, you all are going to do a vitality roll, but you can gain advantage from your cozy little items.
Oh, wait, it's any number of fellow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you could stop all of this by using that move.
I think Taya would.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once per session, if you or any number of your fellow Mavens would suffer physical harm, which you would if you failed this roll, you can describe how that physical harm is just narrowly avoided. Taya, what do you do to stop this stampede?
Stop the stampede? Oh.
Or how do you have your fellow Mavens narrowly avoid the stampede? What do you think happens here?
I think with like Marina pointing it out, like watching her eye movements, Taya's gonna notice the crowd as well, and then like scoop both of them up, like Violet and Marina, and like go into defensive crowd maneuver, you know, and like establish ourselves as like a very solid triangle as everyone rushes past us.
Yeah, I think. Oh, go ahead. I heard a can I.
I just have a question, which is probably where you're leading into, but I just want to make sure the crowd doesn't happen to sweep Mike Taylor away so we can sneak in the tent by any chance.
No, I think this is going to be sort of a quintessential you get what you want, but not like that. Whereas Taya grabs the two of you, Mike Taylor wraps his arms around all of you, noticing the crowd start to come up behind you, and he is going to rip the door open and pull you all inside the trailer and slam it shut, because even though he doesn't like you, he doesn't want you to get hurt, as the entire trailer rocks with fans coming up against giant vinyl decals of Parmanent Damage. You all make it in the trailer. Congratulations. But Mike and Taya had to sort of bring you in, which is not a good look for people looking to get answers from the remaining band members. A couple of things right off the bat, my friends. You come into what is an argument that is quickly done as Mike rips open the door and sort of pulls you all in and shuts it and locks it. Inside this trailer for all of you now, because we're in a new location, something in here is giving you the creeps. What is it? There's a disheveled existence of gear, personal belongings, and mementos from their recent tour.
I feel like in the corner there's like a life-size like Parmesan model like person thing that has gone through don't know how long they've been touring. We're gonna say a hot minute,
Mhm.
and it's been traveling in a trailer with however many band members there are. I can't remember. Anyway, several young men, and I think they've done some weird shit to it, and it looks kind of haunted.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
I'm a
The eyes are
crowdfund-
definitely
yeah.
set inside,
Ugh.
sunken.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's
Gross.
creepy.
Love. What else gives you guys the creeps in here?
I'm gonna say all of the walls are plastered with like boy band posters, like their faces, but just a bunch of them,
Oh my
like
god.
like a little girl's room, but to the extreme.
Sure. Yeah, and in those, some of them you see Laszlo's photo, but in more recent ones you don't.
Whoa.
No.
Can I say something horrible?
Yes.
Oh,
I think
sure.
there's a small. I'm so Vassy, I'm so sorry, but it popped into my head. I have to say it.
yes.
There's a small sticker on the fridge that is of Miss Brie Leave It.
Ooh.
The puppet.
Yeah.
Love.
Send it
It's
to
got a
us.
little tiara.
Yeah, a little tiny tiara.
Marina, besides that sticker, what else in here gives you the creeps?
I think from like their travels, maybe they pick up like really weird things on the road that they like hang from the ceiling from like little stringy things and like weird ornament type things, but just like the weirdest looking stuff. I imagine like the head guy from Harry Potter, the one that's like in the bus, the, like
Mhm.
talking head guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird like doll head things.
sure. Yes. I think they've oh gosh. This is a trailer that instead of having like specific bunks for each band member, it just has like one bedroom. They all sleep in the same bed. They couldn't afford one with different bunks. This is definitely like a converted RV mobile home situation.
Ugh.
Yes. In here are 3 young men, 2 of which look exactly the same. They have really long hair. They're both wearing like the same exact dark black clothes, a bunch of jewelry, metal jewelry everywhere, heavy chain, rings, piercings, whatnot. And then there is another young man with quintessential boy band hair, a little rat mustache, tattoos. From the outside of the trailer, you guys know from the inside with all of their photos, the 2 that look the same are simply called the brothers. And then the other one who's wearing like a cut off shirt is Damien. And then, of course, Roderick isn't here right now. As Mike stumbles in with you all, and you kind of everyone sort of stands back up and dust yourself off. The brothers are silent. Damien opens his mouth in shock, but then Mike Taylor is the first to go. The fans are swarming, sirs, because someone, he looks at Marina, might have let slip that Roderick is, DIA, dead in action.
I think just to the Mavens, mostly. I was kind of like, I'm so sorry.
Don't
I
be.
don't know what came over me.
It's okay. He was
It's
being
okay.
a butt.
Yeah, and that was really hot, Marina.
Yeah.
It was pretty hot.
Yeah.
Just like
Finally,
super
this is sorry.
stressed, but then like, oh, really?
While you guys are doing that, the brothers start whispering with one another, shock across their faces, and Damien's jaw drops even more as he goes, I'm sorry, what? Roderick is dead?
Yeah, that's why we wanted so insistently to come in and talk to you all.
Yeah.
What, did you all kill him or something?
No. Why would we want
Yeah, why?
people who do things like to gloat. Damien, and he hands out his hand to shake everyone's hand.
Shakes it.
Well, that's depressing. We were supposed to play tonight.
Were you close with him?
I mean, we all just went on tour. What do you think?
I don't know. If I was stuck in a tin can with anyone but these two, I'd be pretty upset.
So what, you all work for the police department or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Mike, do these people work for the police department, or you just brought... fans will say anything to get in here. Anything.
If it helps, I didn't know who you were before today, but I have met Laszlo.
Yeah.
He was about to say, and I think he stops in the middle. You're not the first old lady to say, you've seen Laszlo.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's been a little while ago. We went on a trip and saw him at a Bigfoot convention.
Do you know where he is now?
No, we haven't seen him since then.
Damn.
I think I did accidentally insult his music too, and I did feel really bad about that.
Yeah, but those band members didn't even know him afterward, remember?
Yeah, that was so weird. I figured they just, had a fight and, didn't want to talk.
Yeah, that was pretty strange.
He was two-timing us, and then he quit?
Well, it doesn't seem like he was being a very successful two-timer, since the other band didn't know who he was.
Whatever, he's dead to us.
Okay.
The other guy's actually dead.
Yes, yeah, and that is, what a bummer. We don't have a singer now. Damn.
You keep saying bummer like this is some inconvenience.
Is
And
it
not
not
because-
an inconvenience?
Yeah, but your friend died, right?
Yes.
And you're not sad about it?
I didn't say I wasn't sad. I said it was a bummer. Right, guys? And they nod. Yeah, a bummer.
No, I get it.
People grieve in different ways.
Valid.
Glass
Thank you.
houses and all that. I get it.
Yeah.
No, this is a trailer.
Metal boxes and all that. I get it.
Yeah, me too.
Look, let's focus for just a second. So Mike said that he had left the trailer a while ago and in a hurry. Did you guys talk about anything today?
He's a pretty fast walker.
But do you know any dealings that he would have had today? Any reason why he would have been a little bit I don't know, something that he had to do?
Mike pipes up and goes, just so you know, gentlemen, these women are known meddlers in official police business. You can make your own decisions. You're all adults. I just want to make you aware that they tend to get involved maybe where they shouldn't.
But now we're official meddlers in official police business, which is different from previous where we were just helping out of the goodness of our hearts.
Mhm.
You have any
We're
paperwork?
official now.
You can talk to Wyman about it?
Yeah. Besides, hey, when you were there during the murder that you were a part of, well, not part of, but you were there. We got the right guy.
Yeah.
We helped.
Successful.
I'm gonna need you to make a roll for that because you said the murder that you were a part of during an active other murder investigation.
I also don't
Um,
remember if we had pinned it on him. I forgot.
You did not. You pinned it on Dan Gardner and Mariah Prescott.
Oh yeah.
And you only got Dan Gardner out of that.
Well,
Yeah.
to our knowledge, we got the right person.
To your knowledge, you didn't. You guys know.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did.
You know that Mariah was involved, but Dan admitted to all of it instead of just
Been
the
such a
part
long
he
time.
was a part of. So you know you didn't get everyone.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling presence, the day move with presence, and then we'll get your guys' medal right after that because you're present. I want to honor that.
Okay. No. 4.
What I remember is correct. I think a guy admitted to that while you were all inside looking for like a necklace. And then I got really heated and I was very sweaty about it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't think you solved that at all. Didn't that guy fully admit to everything?
I mean, we were on his case. We were getting there.
I'm gonna have you take a condition from this.
Yeah.
And your condition is undermined.
Okay.
Unless you want to put on a crown.
Nah. We're chilling right now.
All right. I know that Violet and Marina had both sort of pressed meddling. Which one of you would like to roll this? It's going to be with presence.
I got you.
Okay.
Let's do this. All right. Okay. 10.
A 10.
Yeah. Gotta respect the dice superstitions.
So you had asked what they had been discussing beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't matter because we're not going to be able to perform tonight without a lead singer, so fine. But whatever. I don't care if someone admitted. Mike, just... Shh. Mike hangs his head for a moment as Damien looks at you all. If you're really not rabid, crazy old fans, but instead really trying to help, maybe you can do something with this. And he goes over to a little desk and takes a piece of paper that had been sitting there. It's torn out of a notebook. I was going over, getting ready to write the set list. I thought Roderick had already written it because that's his job as lead singer to decide how he's feeling and if he can hit the right notes and everything. And I'm just the guitar guy. But he hands it over to you, and it's half of a passionate love note in which Roderick promises to leave it all for someone, but their name is ripped off. So I had asked him about this because I was looking for the set list, and I found basically Roderick being ready to quit the band, and we're about to go on a European tour.
Oh, wow. Well,
So
that's something.
if I find this on eBay later, I know who I gave it to. 3 random old ladies.
You won't find it on eBay, mostly because I don't know how to do that.
I was gonna say despite, because we don't know how to do that, but that works too.
You guys feel the trailer rock as another wave of fans just sort of wailing outside the door. And Damien looks at Mike and goes, "Can you please just do something about that?" "Yes, sir. I'll go do something about that. You all stay safe in here. I'll let you know when the coast is clear." Mike out. He puts the Bluetooth piece that's not connected to anything back in his ear as he opens the door, and you guys hear him start to yell, "All right, everybody stand back unless you want a piece of the danger." And then he shuts the door afterwards. And you just hear him yelling at fans to get back or that they'll press legal action.
You know, he's changed since we last met him.
Yeah.
He's a lot more dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always so sweaty. I guess that tracks.
I mean, if you've been to prison, that can change a guy.
I have, yeah.
Were you in for what he was in for?
Do we know what he was in for?
Do you remember what he was in for?
God.
Through my notes.
He's in here somewhere. I know it.
I don't know if I ever said it, so we'll find out together, won't we?
I don't remember you saying it, but that doesn't
He's
mean
an
anything.
ex-convict, so it is
Right.
heavy.
brain is Swiss cheese. Get it?
On brand.
Yep.
It's not in my notes.
Would it be in like the sheet notes? I know,
Ooh,
Angela,
maybe.
you write them in there sometimes. Oh yeah, was
Uh,
this one? Oh, it was where we met Amelia.
It's also where you met Mariah
Aw.
and Danny.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
so I didn't roll my preliminary roll for the 3 that I got, or the 5, but so now I know my.
Damien goes, yeah, he was he did a lot of time. I bet he did more time than you.
Yeah. I don't know.
Good guy underneath it all, but definitely an anxious fellow. But he has super big muscles and he looks scary, which is what we need coming back here. Or
Is it
anywhere.
always like this for you guys?
Oh yeah, ever since there was that whole nearly fans debacle with Roderick. We have quite a lot of fans now. You know, I think we were almost ready to make it big. We had some label interest, you know, moving out of indie and into mainstream where we were going to be like, oh man, we're going to be the big cheese. And now all of that's gone now that Roderick is dead. Ah, fuck that guy. And the brothers just nod. Yeah, fuck that guy.
I don't know if it was his fault that he died.
Well, if he had stayed here, he wouldn't have.
Well, why did he leave?
Yeah.
Because I confronted him about trying to leave the band and wanted an explanation, and he wouldn't say anything, and he stormed out the door.
Well, maybe if you had waited to confront him until you had more evidence, he'd still be here.
I had that whole, and that's a lot of evidence. I'm gonna need you to roll because you did indirectly blame Damien for Roderick's death right now.
What do you mean?
Day move with presence for this to not come off the way that it likely did. What are you afraid of as you see Damien's face fall after you say that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I'm afraid of this. I think I did hurt his feelings.
What could it mean for your investigation if you hurt his feelings too bad?
There's still a crowd outside. Like, if we get chucked out right now, that could be bad. If they don't talk to us anymore, that could be less than helpful.
Sure.
Yeah.
Damien just gave you a clue, and then you guys accused him of, you know, if he had just kept his cool, Roderick would still be here. Which, again, he just said sort of the same thing. If Roderick would have just been honest and not left, then he would still be here, blaming Roderick for his own death. So it's not like he's innocent. But it's easier to blame a dead guy for his death than to blame his alive bandmate to his face.
What? That's crazy.
That's what I've heard. 2d6 plus your presence. This is a day move.
All right.
Ooh.
That's a 4 total.
The dice today.
I rolled 2 ones.
Oh man.
We're gonna put you guys in jail. Okay. Slide over there. Okay.
So this was a day move. So I'm going to spare you from Damien dropping dead in this moment in front of you in an act of incredible sadness. And instead, just what you said you were afraid of will happen, which is Damien's face falls, and then he opens the door. He just walks past you to open the door and says, Mike. Mike nods and he stands near the door and goes, I will help you safely get out of the way of this crowd. But the gentlemen have asked you to leave.
Can we get some hot water first?
Roll me the day move with presence to see if you get your hot water before you go. I'm gonna put this at disadvantage though, because they're not happy with you.
Wait, let me do a preliminary roll. Fucked me last time. Oh, they're all bad. Okay. Let me take the 2 that aren't ones, and then
my
the
God.
1.
They're gonna give us doo-doo water.
Oh, Megan, you're muted. I don't know what you're saying.
Do we want to try to do something in-game to salvage this a little bit? Part of me was thinking, being like, hey, look, it's not your fault, because look, I mean, it looks like he was actually this guy, and like showing him the fake ID. Do we think that could...
I like a shenanigan, but
It's pondering.
I think you can try to do that as Mike is physically trying to remove you. I'll let you roll. It's going to be a disadvantage, but if you succeed, you will succeed. If you fail, it will be worse. So it's going to be another 2d. It's going to be disadvantage presence as you pull out that ID and say those things.
Take a risk that one of these turds is gonna redeem themselves. Okay, so yeah, she pulls out the ID and it's like, look, it's not your fault. Like, I don't even think he is who you thought he was, and honestly, from what you're saying, it doesn't sound like Laszlo was who you thought he was either. And
that makes Damien feel real smart. Go ahead.
No,
with disadvantage.
Okay. Fuck. Why can't I do math? It could have been worse. No, that's actually not bad. Sorry, my brain is panic mathing. 9.
Yeah. Mike, wait. As you hold this up, and he looks angry. You get your chance to say all of this as you basically say, you didn't know who Roderick was, and you didn't know who Laszlo was. Damien looks at you holding up that fake ID. Anything else you want to say?
We're just here to find out what happened to Roderick. Like, I know that this is gonna be a lot on you, and you guys are gonna be in the spotlight, probably not in the way you want it to be today, but like, you've got a chance here to help figure out what happened. Clearly there was something else going on, and it's not your fault for not knowing. He was obviously keeping secrets from you. But I mean, y'all, how much time have y'all spent in here together? Like, there's probably stuff that you didn't think about in the moment, but could maybe help us figure out what happened to him. We're just asking for help.
He stands there and just breathes. You can't tell if it's... I'm sure you guys can tell, actually, that it's a mixture of anger and anguish. You know, a 20-year-old, a 21, 22-year-old on the verge of being super famous, trying his best to take you for your word, when what the situation in reality is you accidentally let everyone know that his bandmate died. You got pulled in here. You accused him of not knowing 2 of his bandmates well enough to notice something was wrong, and then asked for tea on your way out. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. As Damien considers your words. On a 7 to 9 with this day move, he... I'm gonna think about what you said. I'm gonna think about it.
Okay.
I would like you all to never come back to our trailer again. And don't come to any of our shows, actually. We don't want you as fans.
Okay.
I will, if I think of anything that's useful to Roderick being dead, I will call it in to authorities. And if you guys work with the authorities, then you can learn it from them.
Okay. I can respect that. But just think hard. And yeah, call you can call it into the sheriff and they'll let us know. Yeah.
You all get handed a branded merch mug of hot water from the brothers. As Damien goes, all right, you have your water. You said your piece.
I have something, but this is apart from us. This is I know, I understand, but this is actually for a fan of yours. You know, this little girl, Daisy, she wants the CD signed, if that's okay. I mean, then we're out of your hairs, for sure.
If you want to push to have them sign this, it's going to be a day move with presents because they are not happy with you all.
I know. But Tam's gonna be good. It's in her narrative right now.
All right.
She'll do it. I'll do it.
It's going to be with disadvantage because, again, they're not happy with you all. Day move with presents.
Okay. Which is not good, but it's fine. Come on, dice, speak to me. Okay. It's not bad. It's a 7.
He snatches the CD. And he goes, oh, this is not even one of our good CDs. This is from when Laszlo was in the band doing his mixed meter bullshit. But apparently I didn't even know him, so maybe it is good. What am I to know? You know, I gotta think hard, don't I? As he signs the CD, and he opens the case and signs on the inside. What's her name? Flower?
Daisy.
Daisy. To Daisy. We think you're great. Stay Parmanent Damage, Damien Casseri. And then he flips it over. And he goes, also, these old ladies suck. And he closes it.
Well, she knows that. So.
I'm going to have you take a condition. And I'm going to have you take the persistent fan condition. Or fangirl. Oh, that would be even better. That's even more cringe for Taya.
Oh, Taya hates it.
As Damien looks at you, hands the CD back and says, I won't be signing anything else. If you have other merch you want me to sign for Daisy, you'll have to get in line with everyone else.
This is so embarrassing, but thanks, I guess.
Now will you all leave our trailer, please?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for the hot water.
Yeah, that was really nice.
As soon as you guys get out the door with Mike Taylor, Damien slams the door shut, and you hear a long string of curse words coming from the inside.
Man.
Hey, guys, we're really on a roll tonight.
Yeah, we
Wailing fans all around you as Mike is like, make way, and he gets you guys back out of this throng of sobbing teens. Let me look at something real quick.
Yeah,
that went super well for you all.
Yeah,
Wow.
we pissed off a lot of people in a very short time frame.
The dice are not dicing.
Yeah,
and then you bargained, but you bargained so well that the result of your 9 in particular, Violet, means at some point Damien will call in a clue. Oh. But it's whether or not you're gonna get it in time. We'll see. As Mike Taylor brings you out, he sort of shoves you into, nicely, not aggressively, but just as he's moving you throughout this crowd of people who are very upset because you spread a rumor that Roderick is dead, Marina, you all are tossed into an art tent. Let's see. Let me scroll back up. In vendor row. Actually, I think you're pushed into a tent that has some cheese sculptures in it. And Brooke Stilton happens to be here, working on a sculpture. Actually, hi. As Mike goes, all right, I'm going to advise you all, for your safety and for the safety of the gentlemen, to not come back to the trailer. I'll come find you if they request it, though from what I heard, I don't think they'll be doing that.
We'll keep a promise, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will. And he turns on his heel and walks away. As he does, I think you all notice he pulls out his phone and begins maybe dialing, maybe calling someone.
Like, tries to
Marina, do you have like a eavesdropping crystal?
Oh, absolutely I do. Puts like a circular, like domey one, like that looks like a little satellite.
Are you trying to eavesdrop on that guy with all the tattoos?
What?
Yeah, kind of.
Are your ears better? You can listen with us.
Yeah. What does he say?
No. I'm not. I'm late on a deadline. I'm not getting involved in this. No. But if you guys want to see what I'm working on, and she motions to a life-size cheese. She has a bunch of cheese busts. The one that she's currently working on looks a little familiar. In fact, let's see here.
What
Out of the notable cheese sculptures, each of you, sort of around this, are all on pedestals, like glass blowing or whatnot. And this is a very like refrigerated tent. There's a lot of like dry ice and things around to keep things cool. It's not too hot out today though.
Mm-hmm.
You all see someone who you were once close to. A friend, a lover, a parent, a child likeness of yourself. Violet, who do you see in these busts?
Okay. Let's go for the jugular. I think Violet sees her mom, who she has not seen since her 18th birthday. And for time reference, Violet is currently 67.
Oh boy.
That's a good one. We see, where sort of our split screen happens, we see you see this bust of your mom. Then we see Marina. Marina, who do you see in these busts?
I think Marina sees George.
I think you do see George. Messy flop of hair and all. Taya, who do you see?
Oh gosh. Oh no. I think Taya sees her dad, who looks very similar to herself, but like a very younger version of him. Like a much younger version of him.
Sure. And just to wrap it up with a little bow, I think there is a bust here that the one that Brooke is currently working on that looks very suspiciously familiar to you, Violet, because it kind of has the same grainy features that you saw on that picture of Atticus Whately.
It takes Violet like a full couple minutes to even look over in that direction. She walks in the tent
Sure.
and gets stopped in her tracks.
I think there's probably a good round for you guys to all make me some composure rolls, don't you?
Goodness.
These busts are a void clue, by the way.
Oh.
So 2d6 plus composure. Before you tell me what you rolled, let me decide which ones of you have disadvantage,
I'm not rolled
given
yet.
your conditions.
Just giving my preliminary. Oh, get back here.
Marina, you have disadvantage. You are very stressed.
Yeah.
I also think because you specifically are seeing your mother, Violet, you have disadvantage for she looks like me and am I she?
Ooh.
In a different way, but yeah.
Crazy.
Taya, I don't know if any of your conditions would necessarily give you disadvantage in composure right now, so I think your roll is straight.
Sick.
All right.
Are we going?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a 12 even with disadvantage.
Holy
That's
cow!
Amazing.
4 and then +2 composure. The
Wow.
dice.
All right, so you got a 12, and we'll decide what that means in just a second as you look at George. Taya, what did you get?
I got a 9.
A 9, a mixed success. Could be better, could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
Violet, what did you get, my friend?
Got a 7.
All right, no failures. Good for you guys. For those of you who had a mixed success, your sculptures spontaneously spoil.
Oh.
Okay.
George's does not. And also on a 12 with that day move, you're going to gain an extra benefit or advantage. Marina, as you look at this bust of George, why are you able to keep your cool?
I think whenever she is in like that like nether world, in like that space, seeing George kind of lets her exhale. And is something that she can focus on. And I think right now, seeing him amidst like all of these feelings and all of like the stuff happening to her, she sees him, she's like, okay, there's this kid.
I think because you have a 12, not only a regular success, but a greater success, I'm going to let you clear stress as you focus on George. Now the other two of you. Not so lucky, are ya? Would either one of you want to put on a crown and bump your success? Are we sticking with these mixes? I guess I can tell you what happens before you make that decision. That might help. Taya, I'm probably going to have you take a condition, and your condition boxes are full, so you're going to have to mark the pallid mask as feelings about your father sort of erupt out of you. Or you can put on a crown of your choice to avoid that. So it'd be putting on a crown of the queen instead.
Yeah. Can you get back to me so I can think about it?
Sure. Violet. Sort of similarly, you had a bust of a parent. Both of you had busts of estranged parents. So I think in tandem, I would also have you take a condition about these feelings that are resurfacing for your mother. And I see that you're clicked in this box, but I can't remember if you actually have a condition there or not.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I was
So
just prepped to write.
I would let you tell me what that condition is, depending on how you feel about seeing someone you haven't seen in, 49 years? Is that the math?
Don't ask me to do math. Sure.
I think that's the math, yeah.
I believe you.
Thank you.
Oh, God. I might take the condition, and I feel like it should be she let me go.
How poetic.
Oh, that
How
hurt.
poetic.
Oh.
She let you go. You let her go.
That's
Like
great.
mother, like daughter.
That's rough.
I'm gonna be in my feels tonight. I was gonna take a crown, and then honestly, I was like, "Oh, this is a good condition name, though."
It can't pass up when it's a good condition name, that's for sure.
No, I was
Plus, you
like,
guys have hot water. Well, now lukewarm water for tea.
yeah, we
Um,
do. That's that. Oh.
As these feelings roil inside of you, the bust of your mother spontaneously spoils and starts smelling rotten and foul.
I think that's the point where she looks over and sees her working on the Atticus Whately bust, and her brain kind of like shakes her head as she like goes from parental trauma to you just keep popping up everywhere, don't you? Like,
I'm sorry. We literally only met earlier today.
not you. Just that looks like Atticus Whately?
Oh, no, I just have this sort of I went to the library and pulled a bunch of like reference archive photos. And this is just a guy that I found. He has really great cheekbones as she's like working on sculpting them. So I thought, yeah, he'd be a good one to do.
Interesting.
Sharp angles really help.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think that cheese would be the best with sharp angles. That's good to know.
Depends on the cheese.
Oh, okay. What kind of cheese is this?
Really hard one. It's a proprietary blend.
You should know cheddar than that.
Oh, I haven't heard that yet today. Our camera's gonna cut to Taya. Taya, you see your father.
Crazy. I'm going to take the Crown of the Queen, your fondest memory of your late partner. I just feel like it's fallen into place at the right time.
Sure.
And I think we'll like cut to a scene of like right before like sunset at a park. Taya, a much younger Taya, much younger Grace are sitting on a park bench, like laughing about something that happened earlier during their date. They're holding hands, having like a great time. Golden light like peeking through trees, like illuminating the two of them. And Grace stops Taya and like holds her face and says, "Taya de la Rosa, I like you. I love you." and Taya's face is fully like caught off guard. It's not the first time they've said that they liked each other, but it is like the first time they said I love you. And she like thinks about this commitment that she's making to Grace and how like this is something that her father could never have achieved. And she melts into that moment and like leans into Grace's touch, and repeats it back.
What a poignant dissonance to hearing Grace's voice earlier today saying, if you go through that door, don't come back. By putting on a crown, you're not going to take a condition. I do think your father's visage still fully spoils here. And also starts to attract gnats and all other sorts of vermin. As you hear this conversation go on between Violet and Brooke.
Yeah.
Marina, we're going to cut back to you looking at George. If he were here right now, what would you say to him?
It's gonna be okay. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna get you out. And I think at some point she'll also like hear the mention of Atticus, and that'll pique her interest.
Yeah, causes your head to turn as Brooke goes, "Oh no, yeah, I am. He's got it's proprietary blend. We do it's hard aged. I can't give all my secrets though. I think I'm sort of here on my own dime this year. They didn't sponsor any cheese carving contests or things like that. So don't worry about an Etsy store. So if you want to buy a frozen Pope, I can still do that. Don't worry. I'll just have you fill out a form here, and I can get that mailed to you.
Is it just the Pope, or do you have like other options, or?
Well, yeah, I have a Pope. I have Hillary Clinton. I did that guy from Survivor. Um, Jeff, that's his name, I think. I've gotten that request a lot. Of course, I've got Miss Brianna Cracker.
Whoa.
And
Do you,
what?
do you do newts?
Nudes? No, it's
No,
all
no, no, no,
bust up.
no. No, that, I mean, I'm sure that's what some people are into. We're not cheese kink shaming here. Newts with a T?
No, but I guess it wouldn't be that hard. I tend
Okay.
to work with people, but if you want to put in a special request, I'm really not in a position to be saying no to funds anywhere. So
There-
sure, yeah, I can do a newt.
Okay, they're just doing some work with I know somebody do some work with newts in the fen, and that just seems like something maybe they might be interested in. So you know.
Sure, I'll have you just fill out this form, and she pulls out a clipboard of like a customized request where you are going to write down the type of cheese you want it out of, if it needs to
Oh.
be edible by the end, and roughly the dimensions.
Yeah. Can I take a card? Because I don't know the specifics yet. I gotta talk to somebody first.
Oh yeah, sure. If you don't want to commit, yeah, I can get you a card. Yep, people are
But
taking lots of cards.
could you make me a ghost raven today?
Again, not in a position to say no. So,
Okay.
sure, I could have one for you ready by festival close today.
Okay. Just out of some type of, white or like lighter colored cheese, that'd be cool.
All right, some. I was thinking maybe some Parmigiano Reggiano.
Okay, yeah, I'll defer to your cheese expertise.
That way, you can also use them in pasta later if you want.
Oh, okay. All right. She whispers to Taya and Marina if they've come closer to her. She's just like, pretend to be surprised later.
And I'll have you fill out that form for your Parmesan Ghost Raven custom order.
Yeah. She'll text Gavin and be like, hey, I put in a special order for you to pick up later today, just in case they get caught up with the investigation.
He responds. He's at the festival, is he not? Or did we send him home early?
I don't know if we actually did in game. We had talked about sending him home early to keep, and then I don't know if like in game that actually happened.
Do you want him to have already been sent home, or do you want him to be around?
People are shooting people. Let's just send him home, and he could just
I guess. He sends you back a selfie with a cheese hat. It's him outside of the fortune teller tent with the cheese hat, and he goes, "Don't worry, I made it home safely. Not real cheese, by the way."
She responds, she's like, you definitely should have gotten a real cheese hat. I think you got scammed.
This one will last longer.
Yeah, but you can't eat it.
Think about the fridge space, Violet.
Imagine a nacho cheese hat that we could have put nachos in.
I'm going to the store.
Well, we can this little surprise can be a side to those later.
Wonderful. As you finish filling out the form, she looks over and she goes, okay, yeah, with labor and everything, it's probably going to come to about $180.
Violet like politely coughs and is like, yeah, okay, no problem.
Thank you for supporting the arts.
Yeah, we like to do what we can. We'll have to, she looks to Taya and Marina, is like, we'll have to get some nice wine on the way home. Of course, you guys are invited. Just be surprised.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. But she'll finish the paperwork and pay her and be like, okay.
All right, I'll have that ready for you at the end of the day. When festival closes up, just make sure you pop by. Otherwise, I'll keep it tomorrow morning. If you don't pick it up by the end of the festival, I am going to sell it to someone else. But I'll hold it until the festival end.
Understood. Oh, just to give you a heads up, my husband will probably be the one picking it up. So
okay. Did you write his name on the form?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Well, is there anything else I can get? Can I get you, either one of you, anything?
I mean, Marina, do you want anything? I can get you something.
Who did you model that one after? And she'll point to the one of George.
Oh yeah, she pulls out a binder where there are sleeves of photocopies. She flips through it. Yeah, I found this team loses big, Little League, vows to come back stronger next year sort of news clipping. And the scrawny one right in front just looked big eyes, also good for cheese. So it's a picture of the Little League team from 1968.
You did a great job capturing him.
Oh, do you know him?
Oh, I just mean from the picture.
Okay, yeah. He's available for purchase.
I don't know. How much is he?
Oh, for a bust like that, I'll give you a deal since you know of him. It's probably only going to be about 500.
You know what? That's okay.
Did I say 500? I meant 400.
Would this count as collecting?
Ooh.
Do you have other cheese items that you've collected?
Nope, you're right.
Do you have vintage items? George's vintage?
Here's what I would offer you. You could count this as collecting if you're buying more than one thing, because then you'll have a collection.
You know, Marina, I could split some with you.
How about, is there anything like little that I can eat as a snack?
Sure, I've got some little Lego bricks that I've put on edible sour straw keychains.
That sounds perfect.
We'll take 5.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be 500. Just kidding. Just kidding. I meant 500 pennies, so $5, please.
Hands it over.
She puts it in her money box, hands you guys 5 tiny little Lego, barely chiseled chunks of cheese that have a sour straw through them like a keychain. You have fun with those. They pair really well with a Sunny D.
Oh, now I want a Sunny D.
Yeah, we'll have to go see if anybody has some.
Anything else you guys are got your eye on in here?
Was there? Where did you get the rest of your inspiration from? And there's one over there, and she points to where the bust of her mom had been that seems to have some issues.
Oh, yeah, I think that one and then Taya's dad are right next to each other. Just, fuck. The cooling agent must have. Shoot. Thank you for letting me know. And she goes over with a trash bag and dumps them into the trash bag and just scoops them off their pedestal.
Do you know
where they belong?
You're not wrong. Do you know where you got the images for those?
The more masculine one, again from the library, and she goes through and there's a photo of Taya's dad from something or other. Taya's dad, if I remember right, I can't remember if it was your mom or your dad that went to the riots.
I thought both of them went.
Oh, then both of them. Yeah, it's a picture of him from that, which is for you all to remind yourselves were the riots that happened post George's disappearance in the woods. And the other one, sometimes faces just come to you, and they say, I want to be made out of cheese, and who am I to deny the possession of creativity?
I don't think that's one you should make again.
Why? Oh, yeah, the cheese blend, that one, it does look like it spoiled.
Yeah,
As
'cause
she's moving over.
that wasn't the greatest. She wasn't a good person. So maybe she doesn't really deserve to be honored in such a way as to be depicted in cheese with such a fine craftsman as yourself.
Okay, thank you for the compliment, but it wasn't a real person. It's just a face I thought up.
That must be my mistake. It was just be somebody must be thinking of the wrong person then.
It's easy to see a face in cheese. Have you ever looked at like a giant block of Swiss? Sometimes they look like little poodles in there because of the way that the holes are. I get it. And she pats you on the back.
Just yeah, do me a favor, make sure the Ghost Raven is that Parmesan Reggiano. Don't make it out of Swiss. Okay. All right.
Sure.
You guys ready to have some tea?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right. So cozy activity. Are you guys staying in Brooke's cheese tent for this, or are you seeing yourselves out to Vendor Row?
I feel like we should just hide in a corner. Have some tea.
Have some tea with some of the cheese portraits.
Yeah.
In the booth.
Yeah. Do you do anything with your scraps? Can we like have a couple pieces as a little snack?
You don't want the rotten stuff.
No. But like the pieces you're cutting off of the one you're carving now.
But then I couldn't eat them.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured you had a lot of them because there's a lot of wonderful work in here. But that's okay.
You got your keychains.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay.
I can sell scraps by the bag. 8 ounces, $5.
Do you guys want a snack, or are we good with our cheese Legos?
I think we're good with our
Chegos. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll have the Ghost Raven later. So okay.
So
Well, I'll cheese you all later.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
She goes back to sculpting one Mr. Atticus Whately. As you all engage in a cozy move, I'm going to have you sip your tea and walk Vendor Row so I can get a paint the scene question in. If you would be so kind. Brightly colored tents, stalls, and structures selling and showcasing everything from high-end cheese-themed art, aka Brooke Stilton, to home-aged rinds. Paint the scene question here. What evidence do you see that a particular tent is selling something a bit more illicit than cheese trinkets?
Ooh.
Whoa.
It's gotta be Octane.
Well, how do you know?
I don't know. I just know it's a gut feeling. Let's send so much Octane. She could just feel it like a homing beacon for. What do we think?
Sensual cheese.
Is Francine there selling Octane?
Whoa, if Francine shows up, dang.
I'm just
Don't
thinking
tempt me with a good time.
a bag of drugs earlier. Like maybe she's got a side gig.
Yeah, who do you think the biker gang is making their delivery to?
No, you said they're coming back later. I really want to be like, yeah, one of the bikers. Do we see somebody with like a shirt or a patch that's going to see Francine and doing a little wheeling and dealing?
I think, yeah, we can put Francine here. I don't think you see any of the biker gang because understandably they told you when they're coming through and they're not here yet.
That's true.
It's at the end of the month. But I do think you guys clock Francine and who do we want to make it? Let's get another cameo in here, shall we?
I mean, I'm open if other people have ideas. Not everything has to be drugs.
Was it just one or?
You all get to name something. It's a
Okay.
paint the scene, so it's
Yeah.
everyone.
I still stand by my sensual cheese.
Yeah.
Sensual cheese.
Yeah, mine was along those lines too.
Right?
Well, we know where you guys are making some orders next while we drink our tea.
Like, you know, the temp safe candles that you can drip on people? Like, I was thinking that, but
Hold on.
cheese.
Do you guys, just because I think this would be funny, do you guys each independently like message Violet and be like, hey, can you distract the other one for a little bit while I or make essential cheese order? So
Yes.
Violet's like, that. And she like distracts each of you for a little bit and like swaps you out.
Love.
You guys can do that during this cozy move. I will ask for not a ton of specifics since sexual content is one of our veils.
Mhm, mhm.
But you can go stop by that tent and make a purchase. As long as I don't know what it is, because I don't want to know. And that's my veil. But
Leave
yes,
it
you can make that
mysterious.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it
just a little
mysterious.
sprinkle.
I think you guys also see Francine and Scarlet Snell. Scarlet from Freezer Section of Murder, who I think was watching what's that really racy British show with all of the Bridgerton. She was watching Bridgerton. That's what you guys made her do on as she worked the seafood counter. And she had a lot of tickets because she's a menace. But yes, you see Francine and Scarlet Snell engaged in what seems close conversation outside of, let's see here, the Black and Blues, A Tasty History of the Smelliest Spreads.
Taya's gonna hide behind Marina.
What is it?
Francine's over there. You know, I don't think I ended things with her pretty well.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, if you don't want to see her, that's all right. Here. And she tries to like make herself bigger. Tries to like poof her hair up so that
Perfect.
Violet puts her arm through Marina's, and it's like, it's fine. We'll just pretend to be together, and just like kind of uses both of them to help block Taya.
She's not
with
looking,
your
right?
tea.
oh, she's with you. This is perfect distance.
Okay, good.
She's definitely looking. But you guys can give a little white lie. It's fine. But this is your cozy move as you're all drinking tea and preventing Taya from seeing a potential ex. What conditions are we clearing, friends?
Ooh.
I'm gonna clear Mike is mad at me.
Marina, I'm actually gonna make your decision for you. You cannot clear black marked right now.
Gotcha.
Whoa.
Okay, then I'll clear invited.
Black mark has something specific.
Ooh.
Spicy.
What
I think I'll take away fangirl. Taya's done.
God, we need. How many clues do we have?
Oh, speaking of clues, Violet, this is your cozy activity.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just debating with the way this is going. I'm debating if I want to clear a second condition. Fuck, I think I gotta go clue because we need the clues, and honestly, I don't think Violet is okay with either of those things. So
Okay. Well, I think we'll come back with the clue because I did see that we take a little break, so we'll be right back. Well, let's come back into it. Violet, you stumbled upon a clue either right now or earlier. You want to tell us about it?
yeah, she had found, I think, I don't know, not that place matters, but I feel like maybe in being rushed out of the van, maybe, you know, or going into there, she happened to look on the ground and found a USB, and on it contains drone footage of Roderick in the days leading up to his murder, and he's with the missing Miss Bree Leavitt from the previous competition.
Stop.
Wow.
So, through the magic of cinema, we don't need to see you track down a way to view this footage. you did that off camera and you haven't now. Or was passed to you, told to you, however that happened, you know. Roderick has been spending time with the missing in action, not found, previous Miss Bree Leavitt Brindlewood Bay.
Juicy.
Mm-hmm.
Juicy indeed.
Some real good tea to go with our tea.
Whoa.
Absolutely. You all cleared your conditions. You got your clue. Sounds like it's my turn. Francine walks your guys' way. Hey, haven't seen you all in a while.
Hey.
There.
Hey, Taya.
Oh, Taya, what are you talking about? Violet's like very obviously trying to lean in front of Taya, and I think she leans the wrong way.
It's a.
Here.
You guys are very sweet.
Hey, nice to see you again, Francine.
You don't have to say it's nice if you don't actually believe it. It's okay.
I mean, we just, you know.
Yeah, I know. Well, I just wanted to say, no hard feelings. And I hope you're doing well. And I heard that you are, and her eyes sort of flit to Marina and back.
Hides.
It's okay. It's okay. We went on one date. You didn't want to take it serious. I get it. I am happy for you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I mean, it is good to see you again. You know, it was fun for a second.
Yeah, before the whole crying and leaving bit.
Yeah, we could just not talk about that.
Well, it was nice seeing you all.
Yeah.
She looks like she's about to say something else, but then goes, and you guys have a good day.
No, wait. How are you doing? Are you also doing well?
Kind of you to ask. And on the superficial level in which the question was asked, I could answer, then yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm good. Been going to the 9th step, been really learning about myself. Sort of ascending higher planes. No, I'm good. I'm good. I am making peace with my past. And I just wanted to wish you well earnestly now that I can.
Okay. So you're part of that whole Corinne stuff.
Like half the bay. Yeah. It's a good program. It's introspective. I'm learning how to let go.
Of what?
She just looks at you.
It looks like you were having a nice conversation with Scarlett earlier.
Oh, yeah. We in the same support group, Thursday nights, 9th step, Art of Letting Go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Scarlett went to Caroline's group. I told her not to. She tried it. Now Caroline's in the hospital, so I invited her over to the 9th step, and it's gonna take her some time. But Corinne says you have to be patient. So being patient, we will be.
What color is she wearing? Or is she just dressed normal?
She's wearing white.
I think
It's dingy because Francine, I think, has never been clean except for that one date, but it is white.
So what's with the white?
Oh, I got new white pants, and nothing really matches how white they are except for this like kind of white short shirt.
No, but like why are you all wearing white? I mean, we saw we saw Corinne and Mariah, Danny.
Oh, are they here?
Yeah, and they're also wearing white. Is that like some kind of uniform? Does it have some kind of symbolism in the ninth step?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know that you haven't been back recently, but it's sort of a, with less distraction, you can be more of yourself, well, less external stuff. So I'm just trying it out, and plus, I've sort of changed sizes recently, and got some new pants, and this shirt is kind of the only one that fits. So white and white it is. But not everyone does it. And she points over to Scarlet, who is hunched over, presumably looking at her bag of octane that she just got. She goes, yeah, Scarlet's wearing that, and that's a choice. But Corinne always wears white. That's sort of her thing, though. She's got, like, I think 1,000 versions of the same white power suit. Which, if you know what you like, you know what you like, don't ya?
All right.
But yeah, you should come back sometime. I'm sure they have a better explanation than I do. Sometimes I leave one AirPod in and I listen to a murder mystery while I'm there. So.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was interesting when I went. I guess it was just a lot's been happening. And then we went to Bigfoot days. We went out of town, and gosh, but yeah, maybe.
Oh, did you meet my friend Nikki was there? Did you meet her?
I did.
Oh, cool.
She's a good girl.
Yeah,
Okay.
she really is model citizen, that Nikki.
I gotta know.
What?
Okay, look, I'm gonna ask you this, okay? And I need you to know that whatever you say can just stay between us, okay? But like, this has been keeping me up at night. This has been bothering me, okay? Is Nikki Naff a werewolf?
I'm gonna have you roll me the night move with presence.
Oh no!
The night move.
What are you afraid of in this moment, Violet, as you ask Francine if Nikki Naff is a werewolf?
I'm afraid that Nikki Naff is a werewolf and she knows where I live.
That would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, oh gosh, what's worse than that? My friends, how could this be worse? You tell me.
Francine is also a werewolf.
And they're in
Oh
this.
my god!
You secretly piss off the entire werewolf contingent of the Eastern Seaboard.
Nice.
Oh my god!
And they know where you live.
Oh
I'm so sorry. I kind of want you to fail this.
I know.
Reverse crown, make it worse.
Can I get a reverse crown now for like a success later? Oh god. Okay.
No,
So
you're
what
good.
are we rolling with?
You're rolling with presence.
Okay. Damn. It's a 12.
More werewolves? But they love you? No.
Do we become werewolves if we
get
want
the
to? Do we get
truth?
invited to the werewolf? Do we get invited to the werewolf cookout?
Francine leans in as you ask her, is Nikki Naff a werewolf? And she goes, if Nikki were a werewolf, that'd be her secret to tell now, wouldn't it? What kind of friend would I be if I tell you spill the beans here?
I mean,
It's not a no.
we wouldn't tell anybody else. I just, like, you would be helping me sleep at night. Because I just...
How about you ask Nikki for herself, and she passes you a card that has Nikki's number on it. I'm going to have you add Nikki Naff's cell phone number to your cozy little place.
Oh my god!
Wow.
As Francine steps back and she goes, I would just be cautious what questions you're asking out loud. And that goes for all of you, not just about Nikki.
Okay, can I can I just say something for the record on a totally unrelated note?
What?
I fully respect werewolves and them as beings. Just wanted to put that out there. Totally unrelated. Just, yeah.
Cool. Well, good seeing you all. And her phone rings. Their phone rings, and Francine pulls it out. She goes, oh, speaking of, it's not Nikki though. It's Corinne. You can see the caller ID as she flips her phone open.
Before we see the name on it, there is a look as she goes, "Oh, speaking of who it is," there's a look of sheer terror that crosses Violet's face, thinking that it's about to be Nikki now, and just like full relief.
As like the name scrolls, I imagine by the time you look up, you're seeing like the N-I in Corinne, or like the N-E. Like it, for a second, it looks like Nikki's name.
Yes. She like.
No. Oh yeah. Actually, the you know Marina and then Taya and yeah, they all just let me know you were here. How crazy is that? Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. I'll. Yep. I can let them know. Yeah, I will be a group. Yep. I'll see if Scarlet can come along too. You're welcome. Okay. Talk to you later. Corinne sends her regards, and she hopes that you all will stop by the 9th step sometime. Which I do too, of course, because it'd be cool to have more people there. Though the room is a little crowded, so that's okay. I heard that we're going to be meeting outside soon anyway, once the weather warms up a little bit. So, yeah, let me know how your conversation with Nikki goes. But I'm sure Nikki will let me know too. And I wish you all well. She says that. She only looks at Taya at that point.
Taya gives her a light nod.
As she leaves, I'm going to roll to see whose phone rings. But this is going to be a weighted die, meaning numbers 1 through 4 are going to be Violet. 5 is Taya, 6 is Marina. There's a reason for that.
It's because I asked people about werewolves.
And it's there's my camera. It's a 4. Okay. Violet, your phone rings.
Hello.
Hey, Violet. It's the sheriff.
Hey, Wyman, how you doing?
Oh, long night, I know you know.
Yeah,
I just got this, well, one, Petra called and we're on our way, but I got this other call.
Okay.
Real shaky kid, weird voice.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, well, he told me, yeah, he said someone, stabbed him. So you could look into that.
What? Like now?
Yeah, like he called me and then I told him, call 911. Presumably he did. We're already on our way, but I heard you all were there because he talked about seeing you all. So could you go check that out? I know you got that friend with that medical kit.
Yeah. Marina's got that. Well, I'll call you back. Call me if there's anything important or text me or something. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Marina, come on. And she grabs them. And then she turns real quick. And is like, bye, Francine. I hope you have a lovely day. And then he pulls them away.
As being like pulled.
Damien got stabbed? That was just Wyman, the sheriff, on the phone, and Damien just got stabbed?
Oh,
you have your medical kit, right?
You guys start to hear screaming.
Oh god.
Pick up the pace a little bit.
Okay, let's go.
As you rip back through vendor row, and head towards, I think the sheriff told you that Damien managed to say that he was near the stage. So we'll have you head that way. A large cheese wheel themed build with pyrotechnic setups in the back. Entertainment acts cycle through every hour, though right now there is some screaming going on from fans as apparently Parmanent Damage, what was left of them anyways, was attempting to do a sound check. But instead, the fans that have been camping out for the best seats were met with a grisly scene as a masked assailant ran onto the stage and stabbed Damien Kasseri point blank. Damien is laying on the stage right now, but I will note the handle of this this weapon looks to be the right angle for a cheese palette knife. As you rush in, you see Mike Taylor holding him. Yeah, we're gonna paint the scene in blood. The brothers are just slack-jawed. They've dropped their instruments. There's a horrible screech of feedback as you all rush in, and I think this is where we'll end for tonight. All right, my friends.
Oh my god.
Well, for those of you who are watching, thank you for watching. Things are gonna get cheddar. I know they will. With these Mavens around, you better believe it. For those of you who are playing, thank you for enduring tonight. So many feelings, so many things. And as it is below, and is below with you.